Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, it should say it's recording for you guys.
Yep.
All right. Another episode of Trash Talk. TJ O'Connor with me as always, my partner Damian, the Wolverine Hill. We're joined tonight by Angel Pacheco, who's fighting November 15 at Driller Promotions main event against Sam Hernandez. Trash Talk is sponsored as always by Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Mile High CBD Buds, and Insurance Tattoo. How you doing tonight, Angel?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing good. Feeling a little bit more secure now that I know for a fact that somebody at Trash Talk can say your name right. and man, I don't know why I know your name and I'll never say it right ever. It's just how it's gonna be from now on. I'm sorry, Angel. But
we'll get more interviews someday.
Practice makes perfect.
One day I'll say it right.
Someday.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us here. We're just under 10 days away from the fight. How's camp been going for you this close out to the fight? How you feeling?
Camp's been great. I kind of just always train. I'm always in the gym, so it's not really camp, I guess. I'm sure you've heard like the guys from start before, like Bobby and whoever else, kind of say there is no real camp for us. We kind of just stay ready. But I feel great. Cardio's good. Been running a lot. Love running. Not really, but I love running.
It's a
you gotta
love-hate
convince
relationship.
convince yourself you love it.
I'm getting small. It's been a while since I've actually made the cut to 45. My last fight was supposed to be at 45, but so many people fell through, so it ended up being at 160. The last time I fought at 45 was actually in LFA. I can't remember the name of the kid I fought.
That was Van Yoop, wasn't it?
Van Yoop.
Yeah.
TJ knows all the stats.
5 and a while ago, so
Yeah.
Feel great. Camp's been good. Always fun training, so I'm just excited to get in there. Just make weight, then the hard part will be over, and we'll just get in there and have fun.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I've noticed is you've been staying pretty busy, and I'm not saying taking a fight every single month, but you've definitely been cornering multiple fighters every single month. I mean, what has that been like leading up to this fight? I know cornering fighters is not something you're new to at all. You work with guys all the time, but man, it seems like it's just been a lot lately, all leading up to around the time that you had a fight. I mean, being in camp with guys and then cornering them and being in the locker room this whole time. How's that been leading up to this fight?
It's great. I always feel pretty comfortable in that environment, but there's nothing like a fight, like you can go spar and stuff like that, but the vibes you get from being in that back room, you guys both know, you've cornered people, you guys fought in yourselves. It's a different vibe. And it just feels great. I'm always way more nervous for my friends fighting, even though I know, they got it. Like guys like Joey Hart and, Taylor, and I don't corner Bobby anymore because he got the guys from the cellar, but I'm always back there with him and do whatever I have to like help him, make him feel comfortable and everything. But yeah, I love being back there for those guys. I kind of see myself as a team leader in a sense, and I don't know if everyone else sees me as that way, I guess, but I do my best to try to help, any way I can help, make them feel more comfortable, help them feel prepared. I'm in their corner no matter what, win, lose, or draw,
Yeah, well, I think a lot of the guys do see you that way because your name has been brought up quite a few times, almost every time we interview somebody from Star BJJ. So, yeah. I mean, you kind of like, I don't know if you just adopted that role or is that something that you just always kind of had that presence? If there's something that you can do to help out a teammate or any advice or knowledge that you can give, do you just naturally offer that? Or is that just something that just kind of fell into place? Like it just being in, I mean, you've been in this game a long time, man. I mean, just sometimes you just kind of can't help it and you grow into that. Have you always been like this, or is this just kind of falling into place and then also possibly lead to coaching one day?
Yeah. For sure, someday in the future, I foresee myself turning from player to a coach. I love coaching. I just love the sport in general. Like, I couldn't see my life without it, even if terrible happened, like where I couldn't fight anymore. I'd still want to be in the sport and help people. As for kind of falling in that role, yeah, a little bit. When I first started doing MMA with Brock and them, it was kind of like Big Brother Adam McDonough, Big Brother Tony Martin. Those are the guys I looked up to. Brock Larson, Aaron Young were guys kind of there that were like the big dogs. And I listened and absorbed as much as I could from those guys. And I just kind of want to help Brock as much as possible too. He's the type of guy that will freaking drive out to Missouri 8 hours away just for one amateur fight. He's always there for us. I try my best to do what he does for everybody else and for him to just kind of help him out, cornering and stuff. I'm not as much Brock because like right now, for example, he went to where was it that Maurice fought? Malaysia or something. He flew out there.
Yeah.
And then he flew back to the States and then flew to Russia. He's in Russia right now with Tony. And now he's flying, well, after Tony's fight, he's flying straight back to Minnesota to corner me. So that's the type of guy Brock. And I just try to kind of roll after him, like try to be like him as much as possible in that sense.
Oh, yeah, dude. I think you definitely been
Brock's
around.
A guy that, yeah, I was going to say,
Sorry,
Brock's been around for. Yeah, Brock's been around forever, and he's one of those guys that he's there for his guys through it all. I don't think I've ever heard many people, if anybody at all, say a bad word about Brock Larson. He definitely gives it all, and that's a perfect mentor to have and role model to base yourself off of. And Damian mentioned, we talked to a lot of these guys, and your name comes up a lot. With your experience working with guys, like you said, like Adam and Tony, and seeing their progression from being local amateurs to local pros, and then obviously at the highest level, I've seen a lot of these guys, they're talking about, you working with them on their boxing, because obviously we've talked on this show extensively about your boxing past. Has that a role that kind of just found you as well, working with guys, just using your experience to help everybody get to their level? Because, obviously start BJJ, it's in the name. There's a lot of high level grapplers, but the striking has improved greatly. And I feel like you have had a lot to do with that, sir.
I wouldn't take too much credit for that. There's guys like Nick Sieber that previously with our gym. Now we have a new guy, Mike Olson, I believe. I really like him actually a lot. His Muay Thai is good. And honestly, Brock too, like he's very underrated striking. I got the privilege, if you want to call it that, of sparring with him back in the day when he was consistently active. And his distance control is insane. It's so weird. Like he's so hard to hit. And I've had 100 billion boxing matches, and he's still awkward and weird to kind of spar with, and kind of even land on in general. But I do help as much as I can with the boxing, but it's obviously not the same. Like you can't just stand in front of people in MMA the same way you can in boxing because of takedowns. But as much as I can, I will help. Like I try my best to help Jimmy recently, Joey Hart a lot because he's a very boxing based guy. Yeah. Kind of do my best with the guys that kind of lean toward the boxing base. To where guys like Bobby, he used to work a lot on boxing too with my boxing coach, and he's kind of moved more toward the Muay Thai, which is. Obviously he's got great kicks. He's got great knees and stuff. So it's kind of the wrestler boxer, like Tyler Matheson, for example, like those type of guys. I feel like they learn from me, and I can learn a lot from them because of their wrestling. And kind of back and forth, learning off each other. But I do try my best. Like if somebody ever needs a little extra work after practice, I'll hold mitts for them. I'll do whatever I can. My wife might not like it, but I'll do what I can,
Yeah, well, with all that extra work going in with the boxing, working with the wrestlers, and then obviously you guys have some great BJJ over at Star BJJ. I mean, what do you expect in this fight? How do you expect the fight to play out? And do you feel like this is the most prepared you've ever been, or do you feel like this is just another day at the office?
I think no matter who you are, you want to perform well. Like I never worry about winning and losing. I just want to make sure I perform, you know? Uh with that said, I think honest to God, I've been watching his fights and stuff like that nonstop. Like I always watch his fights. I'm a studier. I like to study my opponents as much as I can. So if there's fights out there, I'm gonna watch them. With that said, uh, I've noticed watching Sam, you can never expect the same thing from him. You know, he comes out different every time. He seems improved every time. But with that said, I think we're going to see a little bit of everything, to be honest. I think it will be a heavy striking match in the sense of we're going to shoot it out probably pretty early, and I think one of us is going to end up going for the takedown. We're going to end up on the ground. So that's what I personally feel. If one of us get caught, though, obviously, that can always happen, and
Man.
I don't see myself getting caught so much. I think
Yeah.
he's a little wilder, so if one of us do get caught, it's gonna be him, in my opinion. Like I said.
2 months left in the year, and I don't think that this fight could have happened at a better time. I think you guys are just right in perfect time to come in and possibly steal fight of the year. That's what I expect from when two guys like you guys step into the cage. This is, man. Sorry, I know you were about to say something, TJ. I'm really sorry, but that was just me. That's not even a question. That's just me.
No, I mean,
that.
that's the thing about this is we always seem to be on the same page. I was just going to say, I love hearing you talk about this fight because as you're saying this, I just see the smile on your face getting a little bit bigger. And it's just, I mean, this fight is going to be, it's going to be chaos. I've talked about this fight extensively on the show. When this fight was announced, I was Macaulay Culkin on the Home Alone cover. Just, this fight is chaos. I mean, I can't wait for this fight. I've personally watched a lot of your fights and a lot of Sam's fights, and I've never seen a boring one. So, I mean, you put A plus B. I mean, this has all the making. So no matter how the fight goes, no matter where it takes place, I know it's going to be excitement, and I'm excited. I'm pissed that I'm not going to be able to make it for this fight because I'm coming the very next week, and that was a hard one to try to explain. But I'm going to be watching, whether it's a live feed or however. But this fight,
I got you, TJ. Yeah, no, I got you, TJ. I'm gonna be. I got you, TJ. I don't know if I'll be able to go live for everybody, but I got you. We're gonna get this, and man, this is one of those fights that I just know everybody is excited for. Have you ever fought at Jackpot before? And what do you expect from the crowd around there? Because I know he has a lot of hometown people up there as well.
Yeah, I've never fought in that jackpot. I've watched fights there once before. I'm assuming he's gonna probably have the crowd advantage, to be honest. I don't know for sure, I guess. A lot of people from Wilmer that I've talked to are like, yeah, bro, we're gonna go. But you know how that kind of goes.
Oh, always.
Okay, hold on. This is another thing. This is a little bit off topic, but it has to do with that question. Okay, how old are you again, Angel?
I'm 27 now.
And how long have you been in this fight game?
Since I was 18, pretty much.
So yeah, 11 years, and yeah, you guys like there's a thing like young veterans and everything. It's like, and this is just one of those things that you pick up with experience. No one buys a ticket until until it's in their hand. You don't know, no. And yeah, that's one of the things. But then ultimately, everybody that has said, "Hey, save me a ticket," all of a sudden just shows up at the door. You're in the locker room. You stopped checking your phone hours ago, and you go out there and you're walking out to a standing ovation, and half the crowd's yours. That's happened too. Yeah. So that's pretty amazing, and I hope that does happen for you because me and TJ are so fucking excited for this fight, and I hope the crowd is too.
No, this fight's going to be chaos, like I said. And then just that environment. I've also been to live fights at Jackpot. The room itself is intimate. The crowd is going to be on top of the cage almost. And then you mentioned Sam being the local guy. I know you're from Wilmer. I went to high school in Litchfield, so I know that's Jackpot's where you go. So, I mean, no matter who's there, it's going to be a ruckus crowd. You guys are the main event, so they're going to be primed up and ready for you. This fight is going to be nuts. I can keep saying that for the next 20 minutes, but just so I don't, is there any teammates or sponsors you want to give a shout out to tonight before we wrap this one up?
Yeah, actually there is. There's a few. I had to write them down this time.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Athletic Advantage. Cody Bierman is my buddy. He's doing that type of stuff. It's like a cardio program. He's actually even sent me stuff to eat because I'm that guy that likes to kind of eat whatever I see kind of thing. Obviously, always start BJJ with Brock Larson, Joe Diedrich. The Golden Gloves gym here in St. Cloud. I go out there at least once a week. This week I didn't make it, but Chaz and John, they always help me whenever they're around with the boxing stuff. My old boxing coach moved away, so I mean I keep in touch with him, but obviously he can't physically help me at this point. Self-reflection therapy and massage with Fanta. I appreciate her. She gives me massages and stuff like that at a discount whenever I got fights coming up, so that's pretty nice. Oh, yeah. A big one, actually the company I work for right now, Dave Owens and Steve, I can't remember his name at the moment, last name, but with IRT, Integrated Recycling Technologies, they actually gave me a big sponsorship, so I'm really appreciative to those guys. I mean, they give me a paycheck every week. I work 40 hours for them and stuff, and they also let me train on my lunch breaks, for an hour, and that's a huge thing for me because I can make MMA classes and stuff like that. So that's the best bosses in the world you could ever ask for,
I was just gonna say that. Damn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And the Meridian Disc Institute in Wilmer. That's the chiropractor I go to in Wilmer. Appreciate all those guys' support. And I couldn't ask for any better sponsors, It's pretty awesome. Also, with that said, I just want to say I watched your guys' interview with Sam, the last one, and how fucking awesome is his fucking the way he everything, like, fuck it, dude. I don't know. I just appreciate the way, he's like, fuck, I don't care who this guy is. I'm gonna run through him, kind of thing. I don't know. I just appreciate that mentality because I've always had that mentality as well. I'm so fucking excited for this fight. I know he's a tough. I'm appreciative of his willingness to be a fighter because there's not many of them. There's a lot of guys that are gonna just try to take you down and hug you and fucking win decisions. But I just, no matter what, we're both gonna end with more fans after this fight, I believe.
Hell yeah. I mean, and this is one of the
1000%.
things that makes it so exciting for TJ and I is that we've been able to get to know both of you guys personally and get to know your mindsets towards fighting. And we've already seen the skill. We've been watching you guys for fucking years. Yeah. And dude, like, we just know how crazy of a fucking fight this is going to be and just what to expect. And I hope everybody else knows too. Like, this is going to be fucking epic. If you don't got tickets right now, go get them. I swear to fucking God, you're not going to want to miss this fight.
Yeah, I think I've said this once. I think I've said this twice. I don't know if it's been recorded, but this fight is for the Minnesota BMF Championship. I mean, that's been all the talk about that. This is this fight. This is the fight where you know what you're gonna get before you buy the ticket. And if there's still tickets available, I don't know what people are doing because it's chaos. And again, Angel, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. Best of luck here finishing up this last week and a half of camp in your weight cut, and best of skill to you in this fight, man. I cannot wait. Christmas is coming, but this is coming sooner, so I'm pumped.
Yeah. I actually got one more sponsor. Sorry, strategic sponsor. If you ever need your concealer carry, Adam Gerger, he's the guy to go to. As for that, what you said, I agree 100%. It's going to be a great fight. I honestly believe somebody's getting finished, and I'm just excited. I can't wait. I've put in all the work, just got to make weight, and then it's fun. It's time for a blow up.
Oh yeah, dude.
Man.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to end this. And
Yeah, that's where we end it.
yeah, people like and subscribe this video. Like or subscribe to Trash Talk with Damien and TJ. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate you, Angel, for being on tonight. And yeah, man, this is gonna be crazy.
Man.
Right.
Are you listening? Damn.